Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Gurren Otaku Council podcast. This is episode 67. I'm Ace, that's McMillian, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite shows of the season, Shangri-La Frontier. But of course, before we get into all that, if you'd like to join me, my friend McMillian, and discuss all things anime and sometimes manga, then please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as well as follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date on all things about the council. With that being said, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right, everybody, welcome back for another week. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm feeling good today. How you doing, McMillian?
I'm doing good, my friend. Let's get started.
Sounds good. Hell yeah. So, let's get started. Why don't you go ahead and hit the people with the agenda today?
Yep. So for today, we got, as always, we're going to start with the council announcements. Then we'll be moving into Shangri-La Frontier. We'll be talking about the first through 6 episodes, and then we'll be getting you with our weekly recommendation. And as always, we'll be bringing you our latest thoughts on the most recent JJK episode. So look forward to all that.
That is correct. So, all right, stepping into council announcements, we want to let everybody know that our Attack on Titan finale review is now out on YouTube, as well as your favorite audio only platform. So go and check that out. That one was a fun one. It was a fun time. Attack on Titan is definitely will stand the test of time. It is definitely now a classic, in my opinion. Our boy McMillian gave it a 10 out of 10. The whole series, I was shocked. Not to say it is not good, but still though, yeah, it's a classic now. It's a classic. Go check it out. Go hear our thoughts on the finale. Next up, we do want to give you guys a little update for next week's episode. Next week's episode, we're going to be coming back with another Netflix anime review. So be on the lookout for that next week. We got it's been a lot of good Netflix animes out here recently. So we're gonna pick a good one here and do a review on that one. And that's what we'll be coming to you guys with next week. Then, of course, last but not least, for our last council announcement, we want to remind everybody that we are on our road to 100 subscribers. So once again, if you're fucking with the content, you're fucking with the boys, show some love, hit that subscribe button. All right. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode, starting this off with our Shangri-La Frontier review. So, McMillian, the SAO predecessor. Well, not predecessor.
I was about to say it would have to come
the SAO
before.
child, if you will.
Okay.
Shangri-La Frontier. Some may have wanted it to be Log Horizon, even though I don't know if Log Horizon came before SAO or not.
It did.
Oh. So that's the predecessor to SAO. Some may have wanted it to be other game-related shows that's coming out releasing that I can't even think on top of my head, really, because none has really stuck with me. None like this one so far. Shangri-La Frontier. Your thoughts so far on the series?
It's a good fucking time. I have enjoyed what I've seen immensely. It's well animated, well paced. I'm liking that it doesn't take itself too seriously either. It fits very much into its own, I feel like, kind of box, and it does what it wants to do very well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm loving it. The first initial goal was, does it have a banger OP? We already checked that.
Oh, yeah.
Next, does it have an interesting MMO world? Yes, we already checked that. And then now, last but not least, I just wanted to know, is the main character tolerable? Can I tolerate this guy? I don't even necessarily have to like him. Can I tolerate him? And I come to find out, I actually kind of like the guy. He's not bad. We don't really get too much. The only character development we really got for him is that, he was a god of broken games and stuff like that. And other than that, and now he's playing the quote unquote god tier games is what they call them in their world.
Yeah.
So, that's as far as much of the lore we're getting, but now we're starting to get more of the lore between him and some of the other people that he's met throughout his years playing all the broken games and stuff like that. So that's cool. But I do like him as a character. Overall, our boy, what's his name?
Rakuro.
There we go. I was about to say, because I remember from his in-game name, Suraka. Then that's probably what I refer to him as for the rest of the episode for review, though.
Okay.
But yeah, my boy Suraka, I fuck with him.
Yeah, no, he's great. I don't have really any qualms with him. I do think it's quite funny that all he used to play was like janky or buggy games, and then he just so happened it was like there aren't any more out, and the store manager was like, why don't you just try a game that's actually good for once? And he became obsessed with it. I do think that's quite kind of funny and a lot different than our other probably game focused, I want to say, like animes that we've had before. Usually they're always trying to like be the best of a great game or whatever, and now
Yeah.
this guy is just now breaking into like a game that everybody plays. So it's that he stands out a little bit there as well.
I would definitely say for those who haven't checked it out yet, episode 1 definitely pulls your attention because it shows you just all the great comedic aspects that it has in the show from the very beginning. Because I don't want to spoil the beginning because it's freaking hilarious. But the first episode really pulled me into the series. I was like, okay, yeah, y'all did something with this. And then the animation, I looked up the animation step, but I forgot to write it down. But the animation for this show is so beautiful. They're doing an amazing job with this. Like every single episode looks so good.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's eye candy, really. It's not like too over the top, but it hits right, I think, like in the pocket that they were trying to get. It's really good.
All right, so now in a hypothetical world, if you will, in the world where VR is real, in the world where this type of VR gaming is real, do you think you will play Shangri-La Frontier?
Yeah, probably. Although full dive still scares me as a concept, just because like I don't know what that would look like. I think in reality, like I feel like SAO and all the other like anime, like Japanese animes that do it, make it seem like really fun and cool, but also that I just feel like and for black children, I feel like that'd be a dangerous game to play. Okay, you fully immersed in your thing. You forgot to do your chores. That's your ass. All right, like that's not, but that's
ain't hearing nobody opening the door coming down the hallway. Nothing.
none. Yeah, so that in itself a little scares me. But I do think like if it works as perfectly as it does in most animes, I'd probably like give it. I would definitely, I think, play this game. I could definitely see me running with my friends and
Yeah.
Shangri-La Frontier.
Of course, as a gamer, I always jumped at the day something like, full dive gaming capabilities will become a thing. But, unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever get to experience anything like that in my lifetime, unless we just make some type of crazy leaps within the next 20, 30 years here. Who knows? But, man, but yeah, no, Shangri-La Frontier, it looks good. And so the thing I like about it so far is just how the author is taking his time, throughout the episode, and I'm presuming throughout the chapters of the manga or the light novel. I'm not sure which one it is. That he has been taking their time, explaining the systems of the world and just how even the battle systems for it work. For example, like landing critical hits on different types of enemies will actually have to like attack their vulnerable spots on the type of attack enemy you're attacking. Like, for example, he was fighting the snake. Okay, so he got scales all over his body. You can't really land attacks on his body, so you got to go for more open wound flesh stuff like that, eyes, nose, stuff like that to land critical hits. And I was like, okay, it's starting to make sense. And then unlocking, which is not nothing new, but of course, unlock abilities through doing certain things throughout the world and stuff like that, unlocks abilities. I thought that was cool as well. Once again, nothing new, but it's still a nice little touch. And then adding in the variation of PvP and stuff like that. Amazing. Just I'm loving just how he just fleshed out the world is seeming to be so far.
Oh yeah, no, that's I think that's probably one of my favorite things about it is how much it takes its time, I think, with the world itself and makes it feel like an actual video game because it doesn't feel rushed and they actually do like in-depth explanations. I even think of like certain enemies. So like for instance, there's a boss he fights in episode 5, I believe, that's like this land shark thing. And one of the moves it has is just throwing you up in the air and then fall damage take you. And it's funny because the main character was like, whoever did this is a sadistic person, like is a messed up individual. And I just thought that was so funny because that would be in a video. That would actually be in a regular
would actually
video
be
game.
something in a game, and that would be something that would piss me off as well.
100%. But like when it just made it was something so small that makes the world feel like more believable as
true
a game.
To life.
And yeah, as a person who likes to play video games. So I really like how it has those like things in it. Even like for instance, how the main character is like already technically famous within like the first week of playing because he
Yeah.
discovered a scenario that no one knew about, or at least that no
Yeah.
one had published information on. So everybody's trying to get it. Which again, I'm not a big MMO player, but I could see that happening. You know, like that's
Yeah.
not like something. That's not something that I couldn't understand because, like for instance, even like with single player games, you have instances like that where a person discovers like some secret and then posts it
Hmm.
online and they become like famous for that, or they do something that other people don't like normally do and become famous for that. Like the biggest example I could think of off the top of my head is that guy who became famous in Elden Ring for fighting Melania over and over again.
Yeah, I
It
feel
just
you.
these small stuff like that are like things like that make just make it Shangri-La Frontier more entertaining and endearing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, I feel you because I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to like join like an online gaming guild or something like that. You know, just be deep into an MMO. I never really was able to get full into like any deep MMO games like that.
Hmm.
I know I play like Maple Store and stuff like that, of course. But I guess PC gaming never really stuck for me, so I was just always more of a console gaming. We never, unfortunately, we never really got all the the big MMOs and stuff like that on consoles. We're starting to get more of them
More now, yeah.
nowadays, but but that's why hopefully when I get Baldur's Gate 3, it's gonna be a good time.
Well, I mean that's an MMO, but hopefully, yeah, I think you'll really like that as a person who's playing that
I mean,
right
well, it's a
now.
role playing game, but it's and you can do a co-op. It is not, but I would you are correct though. It's not an MMO though.
No, but I think it'll have some of the themes and stuff of like MMO fantasy and things like that. We definitely now with our adult money and the fact that we have PCs should definitely find one. I think this show specifically like would probably inspire some people to go venture out to MMOs if they haven't already because it's very fun. Makes MMO gaming seem very enjoyable and stuff like that. So I could definitely see this show just like it's doing right now for us doing
Yeah,
that
I
for
mean,
other
yeah.
people.
Now, ever since I got my PC, I've been waiting for the next big one to come out, and I know you've been talking about this one, Blue Protocol. So we're gonna see what that's in when it finally does come out. But we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
But let's get back to the series. So one interesting thing I think I really like about the show and its aspect is the fucking colossi that they talk about, like how they're these monsters that basically there's only one type of in the game,
Yeah,
and
unique monsters.
yeah, and there are guilds dedicated to fighting them. And our main character within the second episode, his second day of playing, I think, already discovers one and fights it. And
Well, to be fair, in his instance, he wasn't the first person to discover. Other
oh yeah,
characters
yeah, yeah.
had players have encountered like no like
But no,
Lycagon. Is that how you say it?
yeah, like a god,
Lycagon. I'm
like a
just gonna call
god.
him
The
the Night
knights,
Slayer, the Wolf.
yeah,
Other
uh,
characters have encountered him already though.
yeah. But it doesn't. Well, at least they haven't talked about anyone having his mark because he got the mark. But
Yeah.
I will say, no one knows exactly what summons the colossi. They seem to be very random. But right now, mhm,
My hunches look like it's just they already stated it spawns in that area, but looks like it seems to me it spawns in that area on a full night at nighttime, but during the full moon, not at
moon.
full night. During the full moon.
That could very well be a possibility.
If they have moon cycles in the game, we haven't got confirmation on that quite
Oh
yet.
yeah, true. We know it has day and night, but we don't know if it's like
Yeah.
that nitty gritty. But I could definitely see it based on like all the other stuff they have. Like they have NPCs that actually respond to what you're saying and not just like regular dialogue charts. But
Yeah. Or maybe they'll do it like if it's not like they don't have like a moon cycle in the game, then maybe it's like at a certain time, like during at
mhm.
night at midnight. You know what I'm saying? He appears.
Yeah,
Maybe potentially he has a chance of appearing.
yeah, potentially. I mean, but I do think it's interesting. I like that. That's pretty cool, and the fact that like that seems to be the goal, at least for the character now, is like,
Yeah.
oh, this thing showed up and has marked me. I am now going to dedicate like my time to getting strong enough to fight it. I do really like that as well.
He claims that he'll at least play the game until he beats him, the Night Slayer. But me personally, well, it depends. It depends on how they want to do it because they already went through the trouble explaining to us that there's 7 of these unique monsters in throughout the world, and to truly beat the to beat the game, they have to beat all these monsters, right?
Hmm.
Um, so like I said, it just really depends on how the author wants to go about and him, discovering and fighting the other unique monsters. Like, is he truly trying to save Night Slayer for the final opponent, or is he going to be our first out of the our first opponent out of, and get him on out of the way? Because I think, me personally, I think this is going to be maybe our season 1 ender type of thing. We're going to fight the wolf, and then after he fights him, he's going to fall in love with SLF even more, and he's just going to continue and basically start the
Yeah,
quest to defeat the rest of them.
I wouldn't doubt that probably be the case. I would, because you don't. I feel like you don't drop that type of information and then just have it end at fighting one of them.
Yeah, fighting one of them. Yeah.
So like, I do definitely think like we will probably get to see the others, or those will eventually become like his goal is to like see if he can defeat them by himself. Maybe I feel like that might be his thing, because that he seems like that type of person to be like, I understand that these are supposed to be like raid bosses, but as a bad game junkie or whatever the fuck, I'm going to take them on by myself, and that's going to be.
I mean, and that's the thing too, because like it's true to real gaming. Like raid bosses in a lot of these games, they can be designed for multiple people and stuff like that. But some gamers take it upon themselves to challenge themselves. Do solo challenges. There's like solo raid challenges in Destiny 2. This one game I play a lot, right? And people actually go and attempt them and and beat these things. Like, it's doable. Like, there's people out here that are doing these type of crazy feats and stuff. So it's and then but that goes back to the point you was making earlier, like how it just roots the show's doing a good job of rooting itself and just, I guess, in a way, and showing you how gaming is in real life to a certain extent. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said right there. So yeah, but it's been really cool to see, I think, everything that they're doing so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to where we get to the end of season 1. If that is him defeating Night Slayer, or if that will take multiple seasons, it doesn't matter to me. I think I'm locked in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. Because I mean, I'm having a good time, because now they already done. They explained that there's like other, essentially, pocket dimensions within the game world as well. So you can unlock new realms like that as well, besides just the, normal in-game realms that's already in the, like, in-world realms. I meant to say. So that's cool as well. So, there's the potentials with that. We haven't seen what a real dungeon look like in this game yet either. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we might, I don't know. We'll see. Because right now, being a solo player, well, he's technically not solo anymore because he got the rabbit with him in his party right now. But right now, being a solo player might prove to be tough for Sunraka. He might party up in the future. It just depends. Because even if he does get strong, he might get to the point where he does realize, what if he like gets strong enough and he gets to the high level enough, he thinks he needs to go fight the wolf, goes back to the wolf and still gets whooped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. He might get to a point where he feel like he might need to party up.
True. I mean, was the opening, based on like the opening images, it does seem like his friend that we just met in the other episodes, a part of like that player killer guild, might eventually join him.
Well, friend is a strong word.
Well,
more of an associate.
Acquaintance. Acquaintance, associate might join up in his party,
like-minded
or whatever.
people.
Yeah. And then there seems to be another character that we haven't met yet. From
now,
the
other character that she was talking about did seem to be his friend, because they fought together against her, actually. So the other guy does seem to be a friend,
but he hasn't shown up in Shangri-La
in this game
right?
yet. No, no, not in this game yet. No, he hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that, the other character, the blonde character that they show in the opening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the other character. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah.
So,
because I mean, who else would it be at this point?
True. It'll be
unless that's not them and they just holding out on this. So who knows? But I'm pretty sure that's them though.
Yeah, and no, I think the way it's going, they probably wouldn't do that. I was about to say, there's also his love interest.
His love. Girl.
Yeah. Who just showed up in episode 6. So
how do you think she will play into this story? Do you think we might actually get some time where because like Sunraka seems like more of the solo type player, so do you think he will be willing to even party up with her and run around for a while like she wants to?
I don't know. I feel like probably not, only because like I don't think so, simply because she seems to be like very established as a character already, like in the world of Shangri-La Frontier, because she's known as like the attack master or something like that.
Yeah.
I think is what they said in episode 6. So like I feel like the fact that she's already like this very high level character, I think is gonna probably deter him from really like partying up with her. But I do think the show is probably gonna do like, just because of like comedic effect, they're gonna probably have like random encounters or stuff like that where they team up, and they can't fully they don't he doesn't fully realize like, oh, this is a girl I go to school with, or something like that, and it's gonna be like a will they won't they, probably like throughout the
I
thing.
would
But
hope she would come out and just tell him. She done went through all this trouble.
it's
I don't
to
know. We'll
find
see.
them. But I just felt, in animes they drag that shit out for a
Yeah, they do
while.
drag
So
it out. Yeah, but we do know that her guild master is also looking for Sunrock at the same time as well. So that there's that aspect of the story now we got too.
mhm. Yeah, which is another thing
Well,
I
there's a
think.
lot of people looking for Sunrock right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he became famous. He became famous in 1 week of playing the game because somebody thought the Vorpal bunny that he had with him was a pet, when in actuality it's a scenario, and everybody wants to know how this is happening. And then not only that, but he has the curse mark of Lycagon,
Yeah,
and it's like,
how you get that?
how the fuck you get that? No one else. People have fought him, but no one got that mark. So
hmm
what's going on here? So I don't. Soraka, he in some shit right now, so it's gonna be really interesting to see how this progresses as it goes on. But I'm really liking it.
Yeah. So with this last episode, so I'm just gonna hop into the last episode here. So with the last episode, we see our boy Sunraka getting finally making it to the third village, but like you mentioned earlier, his arch rival, or associate as we called her,
Mm-hmm.
Pencilgun, Arthur Pencilgun pulls up, who was a famous PK killer and apparently a part of this famous PK killer guild as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're jumping Suraka because once again everybody wants to know about the unique scenarios like you just mentioned, but she didn't come alone. She pulled up with other people.
Yeah,
But then now our girl, um, as you just mentioned, the attack master. I can't remember her actual name
I think
though,
it's like
but she pulled.
It's something like something Pin Naz Zero or something like that. I can't remember the full name either, but yeah, it's the attack
but yeah,
master.
the attack master done pulled up to save the day. What do you think we're going from here?
I think next episode, if anything, it'll probably be like either him escaping the other people, or him taking on the rest of like the group with his love interest, the attack master, basically. And then probably like some shenanigans happen after that, where they tell him, "Hey, we're trying to recruit you, like find out what's going on, at least with Lycagon, because we're the guild that trying to fight him," or something like that. And
I
then he
think we
might
might get a small bit of high level gameplay tomorrow
probably.
because our girl, when the attack master pulled up pencil gun, like she looked like happy to see that she pulled up. She was like, "Oh, you done got the attack master to come out here!
Mm-hmm.
Like this is my chance!" Like she looked like she ready to bet. Like she looked like she ready to scrap. So
Yeah.
we might actually get to see. And did we already know we got the confirmation that she was holding back against old boy as well. So we might get to see some high level gameplay tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure what day Shangri-La Frontier come on.
Think what's funny, it might have came out today or tomorrow, based on like when we record this.
But whatever the next episode is, episode 7, whenever that episode is, that episode, we might get some high level gameplay, unless if the Beastmaster don't f up Arthur with whatever spell she about to unleash on
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, whatever that item is, which looks like a monkey's paw. So I mean, more
Yeah.
curses. So yeah, but it's interesting. I'm very interested to see, because even now we also got, with the last episode, we also got like an introduction of different classes, or like player types at least. Because for instance, the Beastmaster character is a shaman,
Yeah,
which is like
yeah.
I think our
We
first.
saw our first caster. Actually, first cast. What? Well, I guess we know because the other girl that was trying to shoot everybody, she had a bow, right? Not a
Yeah.
wand.
I believe so,
Yeah.
and also like that's the first, like, I think, specific name drop of a like class, quote unquote, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see like what other mechanics and stuff might get introduced as well next episode. So I'm looking
Okay.
forward to it.
All right. Well, that is the Shangri-La Frontier review, everybody. Now Time for some news. It's time for GLC News, your weekly source for your favorite anime news. So let's get into it. Oh, yeah, you like that one, didn't it? What's good, everybody? It's time for GLC News. So we skipped last week because not a lot was going on last week, but we got a lot going on this week. We had Netflix Geek Week 2023 actually going on this week. I was unaware. I was just going to look on the weekly news as I do every week, and I was like, oh, Geek Week is on. Let's see what we got going on. So to start us off for news, we want to go over some of the highlights from Geek Week 2023. But all of the reveals and everything that was revealed and talked about in Geek Week 2023, I will leave a link in the description. So if you guys want to take a look at the full list, you can. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these highlights. So during Geek Week 2023, it got announced. We got this been got announced, but we actually got our first look at the Yu Yu Hakusho live action trailer.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
It looks interesting so far. Based on like what I've seen, it does seem like it's gonna stay true to what I know of the series. Only time will tell, like if it executes well. But I am interested to see, I'm interested to see how it performs. If it'll hold up.
I agree. The trailer does look good. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of those old school classic animes that I know that I put is in the queue, but I just haven't got around to it just yet. So I'm probably more than likely gonna check out this trailer. So hopefully the trailer will get me excited enough to check out the anime, and we'll go from there. But moving on from there, we got another live action trailer. We got the live action trailer for the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, in my opinion, I don't think we should have did another live action after the first failed live action, but Netflix decided to, because Netflix didn't do the first one, so I guess it's a different production studio. But Netflix decided to take it upon themselves and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna try this shit again. Live action Avatar. The trailer looks pretty decent, McMillian. What are your early thoughts on it so far?
So we talked a little bit about this before the episode, so I'll just repeat it here. I liked what I saw. They gave scenes of actors and sweeping shots of areas and a little bit of bending. But I'll say this: the problem with the trailer is that they didn't show me enough actual acting or scenes. Like a lot of it was kind of just like Avatar music and then sweeping shots of locations and then like some frames here of characters in action or doing something. The problem is there's already Avatar live action out there that it has tainted Avatar live actions in and of itself. You're already batting against that. And so I needed to see like actual acting moments. I feel like that we see like in full trailers for movies and stuff like that, because I want to know if these characters are the characters that are are actually portrayed in the show and they're doing the show justice, or am I setting myself up for failure by even wanting to see it. So it's just right now you batting against a lot, and I don't think you showed me exactly what you needed to show me. You showed me that it looks good. That's about it. Visually, that it looks good.
Yeah, I was just about to say, for what it worth, at least for right now, visually it does look good. But I'm with you as well. I do need to see more than just visuals, because as we all know, visuals is not going to save this live action.
Exactly.
We need to see more than just visuals. But all right, so next up, from the world of League of Legends, Netflix brought us Arcane, and we finally got the season 2 announcement. Is coming next year. Unfortunately, a little bit later than I would like it, but next year, November 2024. Arcane took the world by storm, McMillian. I know it was one of your favorite shows when it first came out.
Yeah.
Mine's included as well. Tell the people about a little bit your favorite your favorite stuff about Arcane.
We don't got time, I think, for me to list everything.
Just something small. I know we ain't got time. We just something small.
I think so small but broad. It's the world. It felt like an actual world I think lived in. And I'm not the biggest League of Legends fan. I did play it for a little bit in college, but it wasn't like my cup of tea.
I've never played it before, but
it wasn't like my big cup of tea. But the world itself, or like the mythology or mythos of League of Legends, I do think is interesting, and the fact that they were able to give us a small piece of that, make it feel real, make it interesting, make it the animation in and of itself is beautiful and all that. Like, it was great. Like, I guess if I had to talk about like one specific thing, I think it's the world itself feels very alive, lived in, and the things that happen don't feel like they're just happening in a vacuum. It really feels like it ripples throughout the whole like series and storytelling. Like, it's a very 100% lived in universe, world, stuff like that.
All right, I agree. Arcane is a good watch. We might have to definitely we'll probably we'll probably do some, maybe a little small Arcane discussion sometime next year before season 2 come out, because we never did talk about the first Arcane, because I don't think we was podcasting when the first Arcane came out. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. We got a year. we got a year.
Mm-hmm.
But all right. Moving off of there, Netflix is bringing another game world to life. We're getting a live action. Well, not a live action. We're getting an animated The Witcher series called Sirens of the Deep, coming late 2024.
Oh, this one's a series. Okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Alex, I don't know if you knew, but they did an animated movie.
This might be a movie. I didn't really confirm that. Is this either a movie or a series? I believe it's a series from all the stuff I was seeing.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's fine. It's just The Witcher does have an anime movie. I forget the full title, but it was pretty well done. So I am actually interested to see more of like the animated stuff from The Witcher, because in my opinion, I think they did a really good job with the last anime project that they did for this series. So I am looking forward to this, and it's kind of cool that it's a show this time and not just a movie, because I definitely think The Witcher lends itself better to like long form stuff than necessarily short things.
Well, once again, I believe it's a series. I don't have confirmation on that just yet. I can worry about that later. It's semantics, but regardless, it's either a series or a movie. Semantics right now.
Regardless, I'm still looking forward to it. They did a great job, I think, with their last animated project, and the show, while somewhat divisive, is still very entertaining in my opinion. So I'm at least I think this will be another entertaining.
I agree. All right, moving on from there, we got a cult classic, old classic movie is getting a anime series, The Terminator. What do you think about that?
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it. Terminator, I think, would definitely lend itself well to animated form. It's already inspired by anime and stuff like that, so I definitely think it'll probably do really good as an anime series. Only time will tell, I think.
I agree. I think it'll do good as an anime series. Me personally, I never got around to watching all the old Terminator movies and stuff like that. But of course, my dad used to tell me about them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, so I'm looking forward to the series, because of course, I know what Terminator is. Just never got around to watching the movies though. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. And it just said coming soon. This was just like a small teaser. This wasn't a trailer. It was basically just an announcement, like just saying, hey, Terminator animated series is coming. Look forward to it. So when more news comes out about it, we'll share it with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and then last but not least, for one of the highlights that for here from Netflix Week Geek, we got Exploding Kittens, which is a animated series based off a popular tabletop game coming to Netflix in 2024. Crazy. I believe the name of the tabletop game is called Godcat or something. I'm not sure what the name of the tabletop game is called.
The name of the tabletop game is Exploding Kittens. I believe
it is Exploding Kittens. Oh, okay.
And I believe the name of the series is Godcat, or Tom Ellis is Godcat. I'm not sure based on what we have on our.
Well, no, the name of the series is Exploding Kittens.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well,
it just said Tom Ellis is Godcat because that's the main character. It's a cat, but God is stuck in the cat's body. I don't know. This seems like a weird ass tabletop game.
It's a very interesting game. I played it with some friends of mine, but
there is a trailer out though. The trailer looks like it's just full of chaos and mayhem, and I mean, I might just check it out just because it looks freaking stupid.
Hey, based on if it's anything like the game, it'll be very wild and random and crazy. So at least there's that to look forward to.
Yeah. It looked like it was like not Adventure Time, regular show on crack. That's what it looked like to me.
Hey, it sounds like a bad time, I guess.
Oh yeah, but once again, this was just only a highlights of all the announcements from Netflix Week Geek 2023. If you guys wanted to see a full list of everything that was announced, I will make sure to leave the link in the description for you guys down below. But moving on to some more announcements for news. Another a live action Zelda movie was announced. Now, I'm a big Zelda fan. The Zelda series is one of my favorite all-time gaming franchises. Not sure who asked for a live action Zelda movie. I would prefer maybe a regular animated movie first, but here we are. They're doing a live action. Once again, I'm not sure what's there's a weird trend going on right now with Hollywood trying to adapt games, both games and animes, into live action right now. It's not just animes; it's games as well. What are your thoughts so far on that?
On the adaptation,
on the announcement.
Okay.
The announcement.
I am quite upset that it's not animated, because I think we should go that.
I'm hella upset it's not animated.
If we're going to adapt video games at all first, I think that you should probably try animated first before you do live action, if anything, because that's just the medium it should be, in my opinion. But I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the film, because the biggest issue there is the fact that Zelda, what Zelda are they adapting? There's so many. Some of them I don't, and some of them I don't know if they work as a movie.
I will only assume there's gonna be some type of new untold story. I would have to assume, because like you said, essentially what Zelda are we adapting? What game are we adapting? What are we gonna do here? What world are we? What world are we in? It's so many, like I said, so many different variations.
Yeah, because some of them don't, in my opinion, some of them don't work as a film. It could work as a series. Agree. I think like trying to fit certain Zelda games into 2 hours is crazy, but hey.
Yeah, no. So I think they might just come tell an untold Zelda story, essentially.
Okay, so something like basically like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, like do their own like little spin on it and probably fit as many references to other stuff as they can.
There's of course we have the characters, some characters and love and stuff like that, but we're not in any specific time period. We're on our own. This is the movie time period. We're not necessarily, we might taking aspects from this time period or that time period here and there, but it's not we're not really trying to do a one-to-one because the Zelda timeline is crazy. Let's start there.
That's my whole point right there. I was like, you trying to fit some wild into just 2 hours, because that's insane to me.
And then I don't think, like, I'm not looking for this to be slotted into the Zelda timeline either, you know what I mean? So I just think they're just trying to tell a nice, maybe action movie. I hope so, at least.
Okay, that was my biggest worry. I think when I heard it was announced, it was just like certain Zelda games can't be a movie. Like, that has to be a series, if at all, right? So that was just my thing. But I'll say this: I have my fingers crossed for it being a good film. Like the Mario Brothers movie was a good film, but it had I obviously wasn't like the penultimate thing of like what it could be, but it was still a good time. So hopefully at least this will be that. I just wish it was animated. That's my only thing.
No, 100%. And then you know what? Things about we wish were animated. Don't you just wish sometimes that John Wick was animated? Well, it's happening because the director of the John Wick series came out and said that a anime is in the works. What are your thoughts on that?
That was, first off, before I do that was a good segue, my friend. Nice job.
I'm killing it. I'm killing this shit today.
I'm very excited for this. I do think I was talking to Ace offline about this, but I really do think like instead of trying to turn certain things into live action, I feel like we should try and get certain things into animated form, because it just opens up a world of possibilities. So the fact that we're getting a John Wick movie animated, I think is gonna be, well, not John Wick movie, but like a John Wick anime, whether that be like focused on the character or whatever. Or just some stuff about like the assassin universe that it has built.
I would assume
I think it's still very interesting.
It's gonna be about John Wick if they're doing a John Wick anime project. I can only
only
assume.
the only reason I say it is because if you've seen 3, you know certain things that like happen, and so
Certain
it
things
could be.
might have happened in 3. No, I have not seen 3.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, just know that it could technically be about like a different character, but I mean, regardless, the John Wick world in itself is very interesting, and I do think
Okay.
whether it's on the John Wick himself or a different assassin, I still think it would be a very fun, interesting project. So looking forward to it whenever it happens.
All right. And then speaking of Netflix anime reviews again, this was one of the shows that we was thinking about doing a review about it, but we decided against it. Or did we talk about this? I know we talked about this.
I think
more
we
than
talked
likely
about
on
it.
the pod.
Yeah, I think we talked about it for a bit. I don't know if we've ever done like a full review, but just so everyone is aware, Wit Studios has announced, or well, teased that they're bringing another season to The Great Pretender, which is a Netflix anime. More news will be revealed about it for Anime NYC, which is going to be the weekend of the 17th to the 19th. So do be on the lookout for that. But
Correct.
I'm very excited. Great Pretender was one of my like sleeper hit animes, so I'm very.
Because I was about to say this was one of those McMillian recommendations that I got, and I was not disappointed. It was good. It was a good watch. It was a good watch.
Yep.
All right, and then for our last piece of news for today, everybody, I think it's some good news, at least in my opinion. There's rumors going around, and a lot of reports going on, not rumors, but a lot of reports going around that Disney Plus and Hulu will be merging into one app. Hallelujah. Thank God, because it didn't make any sense sometimes. And then even from just an anime watcher perspective, it's good for us as well, because sometimes some stuff, Hulu will get the licenses to it, but they'll only put it out on Hulu, but then in other areas they'll only put it out on Disney Plus and stuff like that. So it was a weird dynamic going around, around in the whole globe. Like for example, with Bleach, like in some areas it's coming out on Hulu, some areas it's coming out on Disney Plus. Yeah. Same thing with Tokyo Revengers and all this other all the other animes that Disney Plus and Hulu got. Or an example, Summertime Rendering, one of the best shows of the summer 2022, was locked behind Disney Plus, but not even only locked behind Disney Plus. It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was region locked. Thank you. It was region locked. On top of that, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, I think this will be interesting, or like good, I guess, for that part, that everything will hopefully live on like one service. I am interested though, because there's a lot of other things Hulu provides, and I'm wondering like where that'll go, the stuff that Disney themselves do not own, like if they'll make another app separate or certain things like that. But at least I guess for the anime watchers who do like the stuff that Disney quote unquote owns, at least it'll be under one house. I am interested.
Yeah, it'll all be under one house. And then I would imagine, well, hell, it's probably going to be another a price bump. But I will say, I do think it would be a good thing to keep all their products under one app. And so for the people who do like stuff that was on both apps, they don't have to pay for two separate apps now, essentially.
Yeah, if that
and they're owned by the same company. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good thing. So there's gonna be a beta launch, there's gonna be a beta launch for the app coming out here within the next few months or so. But the full launch is gonna be, hopefully look around spring 2024, around that time. So we'll see. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on this one.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, that is the end of GLC news. Let us know down below what was your favorite piece of news, and we're gonna head into this week's weekly recommendation, giving it out to you by our friend McMillian here. Take it away.
Yep. So I just think, to service the theme of the fact that we're talking about a video game anime, I figured why not talk about another one. And so I bring you this week Overlord. Some of you, probably a lot of you, do know about this anime, and if you haven't, it's a good time. So basically, the plot of Overlord is within the final hours of a very popular virtual reality game called Yggdrasil. Our main character, who is known as Momonga, decides to spend his last few moments within the game, because this is basically where he got his reprieve, his peace, like where he enjoyed most of his time. But to his surprise, despite the clock striking midnight when it gets to the point where Yggdrasil is supposed to be shut down, instead of him getting automatically logged out or whatever, his consciousness has fully transferred over to his character. And moreover, the non-player characters in the game have developed their own personalities and, wants, needs, stuff like that. So basically, confronted with this abnormal situation, Momonga commands his loyal servants, the NPCs he keep in his guild, to help him investigate and take control of the world of Yuzashiro, with the hopes of hopefully finding out what caused this to happen to the game, and then two, potentially finding some of his old guild members if they so happen to have logged in on the day Yuzashiro was supposed to be shut down.
Yep. Overload. It's a good watch. I know I was just talking shit earlier about not too many video games really caught my eye, and that statement still trolls who, but Overlord is an exception. It is a good show, a good watch. I'm pretty sure you heard of us raving about it last year when it was season 4, right? That finally got,
I think so, yeah.
That finally got dropped. Well, so yeah, I mean, good show, good watch. If you haven't yet gotten a chance to watch it, go check it out. Once again, this week's weekly recommendation brought to you by McMillian is Overlord.
Yep.
All right. And then now, time for our last discussion, everybody. The King of Demons has returned. It is JJK episode 40, Thunderclap. And my oh my, these let's all take a moment of silence to just to thank the Mappa animators. All right, moment of silence, everybody.
God. My God.
All right, moment of silence over. My God, as my friend just said, the Shibuya arc is showing greatness every single week after week. They are not letting down. They are not playing at all. So this episode, we got Toji versus Megumi, and we got Jogo versus Sukuna. What the fuck?
Insane. And the way it's so funny because I think like the way it started was Toji versus Megumi, and it was basically not like even like a full first like fight. Like it was more of like someone trying to escape, basically just to live, and the other person not being deterred at all. Like everything Megumi threw at his fucking dad just got reflected or demolished within seconds. It was insane. And then when you finally get to the end of that, you got fucking Sukuna and Jogo destroying the city all the way over. It was crazy. It was eye candy. It was so beautiful to see.
Yes. From beginning to end. So I want to touch up on the Toji versus Megumi real quick. Because there's some stuff I realized from when I was video editing and stuff like that, right? So back to I was making a point about Maki's gonna do some cool shit later on in the series, right? I think I might have figured it out because it's beautiful. It's just I didn't see it at first, but because I was rewatching this episode because I was editing, right? So remember the episode where when the first episode when Toji comes through the portal, right? I think it's the 48 part 2, the fluctuations part 2, when he fights Doggen, right? As he's coming through the portal, the announcer, the narrator for the season, right? She's explaining. She was like, in this moment, the one who casts, like she goes through like all the different people, the Zen and curse and stuff like that, and she mentioned, like the one who couldn't cast it away, the one who cast it all away, and then it was another 1/3 ref she mentioned. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I think that's what it is. So Zen Maki has the curse, the same curse that Toji has. Yeah, because when Megumi was fighting Toji, he made a statement that he was like, "Oh, this is the complete version of Maki."
Basically,
I was like,
this person
okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Well, because now it makes sense because Maki doesn't have curse energy in her body as well. Okay, why is that? Because she has the same curse that Toji has. Okay, well, no, it makes sense. It makes complete sense now. And then also same thing, but the reverse thing with Megumi now. He's so strong because he actually has the fucking KK Genkai of the Zenin clan. You get what I'm saying? Which is the shadow, all the shadow demons and stuff that he's doing. Yeah,
the 10 shadows technique. Yeah, he has the basically like what Gojo has for his clan is what Megumi has for the Zenin clan. But which is something you kind of realize within like I think this episode, like at the end of Megumi versus his dad's whole thing was like at some point Toji left his clan. Obviously, they didn't care because he didn't have cursed energy, but he knew he was having a kid, and Toji, being the unlucky guy he is, in debt, decided he was potentially probably going to sell his son. But in his final moments, he basically asked Gojo to make sure that didn't happen. And
Essentially,
so when he realized, I guess when Toji's spirit realized who he was fighting, or when he recognized Megumi, he was like, "What's your last name?" And Megumi told him, or like, "What's your full name?" And Megumi told him
what's your name?
he still had the
Fushi girl.
Thank you. I was fucking up. and he was relieved that he didn't inherit inherit basically the Zenin family.
I am glad I was right about that. Our boy Toji still has some sense of humanity left in him, and that he would not kill his son if he did, come to the realization that it was actually his son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
Yeah, no, it was a little touch and go there for a second because Megumi within his fight, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm about to die. I'm putting everything on the line in this one move."
Toji was not playing with Megumi. Did you see? First, did you see
this man
throw a truck at this man?
He threw a truck. Megumi tried to fly away, and a truck came after his ass. I
literally had to pause it and rewind because I was like, "Did this man just throw a truck at him?"
Boy,
like I shouldn't be like surprised at something as simple as like tossing trucks like that when you're watching a show where people are throwing freaking magma balls everywhere, but stuff like that, still like that. Feats of that type of strength still surprises me. Like, did this man just throw a car? Just throw a truck at you? What?
And forget the fact that he beat a fucking special grade cursed spirit with just his hands. This
man out here throwing trucks.
The truck thing is the thing that got me. I mean, that and the fact that he obliterated an army of rabbits in like a couple
army
seconds.
Them armies. Hey, listen, first of all, them rabbits was boxing.
Oh yeah, I was like, did that rabbit just attempt a fucking combo breaker on Toji? Like, what the hell? What the fuck?
Them little motherfuckers was out there getting it, but unfortunately, they was fighting against a real one though.
There was man, a fucking danger beast. What the hell? Motherfucker broke the ground and started using concrete pieces to just demolish the whole.
Ridiculous, and like this. So, like this is the stuff when I was, so you remember when I was saying, last year when we was talking about JJK, right? This is what I was saying right here, the potential that JJK, this was the potential I saw in the series. This Shibuya arc, and of course the Inventory arc as well, they had just been blowing my mind this season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is just Toji versus Megumi. The shit with Sukuna and Jogo. My God, I think I said like what last episode or whatever. I like the fact that one thing I really like about JJK is that we get a demon that is like fuck everybody. Like there's truly a demon, and this episode the shit he pulled off was insane. Like I gotta talk about it.
Insane.
I talk about the meteor. The meteor scene when Jogo brought down that meteor and Sukuna showed up to where Panda and that other instructor was and said, "Hey, no, if y'all move before I say everybody in this bitch dead," and they were just like,
I seen this meme where somebody was like, basically during that moment they was basically like froze in real life too when Sukuna popped up, and I was like, yeah, I kind of was stuck as well because I was like, I was just like this, I was just froze. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this man really pulled up on him like that.
I don't know if I took a breath in that moment because they were trying to leave and he just appeared. He was like
savage as fuck, bro.
Crazy. It was such a small moment.
It did because I really thought because I was with old boy, the other boy from this the old dude from the Zenin clan, right? Him. I was with him. Like, what y'all tripping? Do y'all not see what's going on over there right now? Like, let's get we can pause this, continue this later on. We got to get out of here. All right, y'all tripping.
Yeah,
man, I would have been gone.
He said, "Don't move until I say go."
Sukuna wouldn't have had no time to come tell me not to move. I would have already been gone. He would have had to do it. Hey, you back there? I see you. Don't think I ain't see you.
That was. Oh my God, that was insane. I would have shit.
That was insane. That was wild. But no, as well as the scene where our boy Jogo was like, he made hands out of the flames and lava and grab the two bit. That was crazy.
Oh my god, that was insane. The fact that Sukuna in the middle of that hit a Jesus,
and this was all, first of all, this was all without the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery, all without domain expansion.
Oh yeah, no, and even Jogo, even it was funny because after the meteorite dropped, Jogo was like, not even Sukuna could have dodged that, and lo and behold, obviously he did. And he was like, "Why don't you use
what the fuck?"
First off, Jogo was funny because he was like, "What?" He was so shocked, but Sukuna was like, "Why don't you use your domain expansion?" And Jogo was like, "I know I can't.
I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I know I
waste
can't
my time with that."
He's like, I know, like, I know how strong you are. I'm not about to waste it. And Sukuna was like, what a defeatist mentality. I'm like, nigga, what the? What are we talking about?
Like, what do you first of all, you want me to clown myself? That's what you want me to do right now? First of all, I don't even want to see what your domain looks like. I'm good on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good on that. Tell me why I haven't used my domain expansion, because I don't want you to use yours, sir. That's
Exactly.
why I haven't used mine.
Exactly. Let's keep this simple, all right? God damn it! I'm over here grabbing buildings and shit.
We were having a fun time, and now you're bringing up domain expansions.
Oh man,
Can't
and then
have nothing anymore.
And then the audacity after all that, Sukuna being like, "All right, let's test your fire. Let's test fire against fire. See who's stronger." To stunt on him like that, because Jogo even say, I thought his ability was dismantle and cleave. He could do that. He could bust out that.
This man got fire.
Which is, and I was really when he did that. That was the crazy thing was he said something and the anime like blocked it out. I don't know if you remember that.
It basically like it's like he said it twice essentially. Like it's like the first time he said it, but it was like silent. But then the words came out still. It was weird, but it's demonic, essentially.
Basically, yeah. I'm thinking. So I'm over here thinking like, can Sukuna just does he have abilities stored up inside him that he can just like say a phrase and switch or whatever? Like, is that
so because he's okay? So going into a little theory crafting here. Because he said like open, which was he said fuga, but it meant open, I guess, which is what they showed us, right? So I'm thinking maybe he can open up maybe like pocket dimensions that have certain elements in it, maybe potentially, or maybe just pocket dimensions in general. And this one just so happened to be like maybe to a realm of fire or something like that. Maybe, who knows?
Could be. The way I was thinking of it, the little theory crafting here is that like maybe he has something like not exactly the 8 gates, but you know how like certain anime characters are like, oh, release my restriction. Maybe he has something like that where he's like, I can switch my abilities. It just so happens that dismantle and cleave are my strongest ones, and like one of them is like fire or something like that, fire control or manipulation. But regardless, that scene animated perfectly when he fucking had the arrow shit going on. I was like, this is raw as hell. I can't contain how fucking immaculate this is.
And then the scene was so good. Like they didn't even show us, like the clash or anything. We just go immediately straight into what we thought was a flashback, but it's really just him in limbo, essentially. Jogo being in limbo.
That was perfect because I really did. At first, I thought it was a flashback, and then I had to think about myself. I'm like, wait, no, these two are dead, and what they're talking about, right now is Mahito. Basically inheriting their will. I was like, oh no, that Jogo lost. And then Sukuna showed up at the end talking about, oh, you wanted to be human. And then he was like, wait, no, I know you don't want to be human. You basically want to take humanity's place. Yeah. But like, isn't that kind of just like redundant or reductive or whatever?
Yeah. And then sometimes the internet is a wonderful place, McMillian. Sometimes it is. So I was because I didn't think about this at first. So I was reading this stuff online, right? But essentially, people was making like the similarities between the fight between Gojo and Jogo and the fight between Jogo and Sukuna, right? Basically, there was how Gojo was just basically essentially disrespecting Jogo the entire time, calling him weak and everything, all that. But at the end with Sukuna was basically showing him respect, and ended up calling him strong. Like, hey, you should be proud of yourself. You're strong. And I was like, I didn't even think about it like that at first, but just. Even though like Sukuna is a demon, but you saw like the respect he had for another fellow curse. Essentially, it's crazy.
Yeah. And then to pull out all that and his body being roasted at the end, I was like, this is fucking insane. And then we get to see a mystery character named Urame, I think, or Ruma, and wonder and who someone who seems to have been waiting for Sukuna to come back for God knows how long. And I'm over here like, well, okay, so what is your part in this? Is there a mysterious third faction of people
Yeah.
that I didn't know that we don't know about?
So once again, okay, they were cracking the hat back on once again. So it would have to be somebody from long time ago, from back when Sukuna was still around. How is he still alive? Don't know. Maybe he found some type of curse, technique that he used to keep his ass alive. Maybe he is a curse. Who knows? Because that's not out of the realm. He could be a curse himself. But I'm pretty sure it's somebody, and it looked like from the way Sukuna was acting, it looked like it was at least a friend to some extent, right?
A friend, a servant, something.
Yeah. So, pretty sure that's what's going on right there. Definitely interesting to see what's gonna happen with that, because we already know that, like Sukuna mentioned a few episodes ago, like 2 episodes ago, he was like, he was telling Joker, he was like, I got my own plans for everything, how I want to do everything out here, and who knows, maybe this guy Urame, wherever is he, however you pronounce that, is gonna play a part in that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they got something going on, because they were just like, he was just like, hey, I've been waiting for you to come back, big dog, and they was like, what? I didn't know you was here. Oh, this is about to be a good time. I was like, what? I was
pretty
like,
much, yeah.
I am frightened. Why are they?
I am kind of frightened, because now, once you really think about it, we don't know how long it's gonna take Itadori's body to catch up to the amount of fingers that's inside of him now.
And they chopping it up like they at the cookout.
Yeah, so this might be a problem. He can actually set some stuff up now. If this is definitely an acquaintance from all those thousands of years ago, which is crazy. And then but I did want to say this again. The reason before it flip my memory, the reason I brought up the your weak versus your strong similarities between with Gojo, stuff like that, because I wanted to bring it back to the discussion we was having earlier, how, like, we mentioned that how Gojo made Jogo look so weak, but in actuality he's really not
strong.
weak. It's just compared to him, you just nothing, unfortunately, but he's actually strong as shit. Like, and we saw that because he got rid of the Nami in the game like it was nothing. And he's over here boxing. If that's anybody but Sukuna or Gojo that our boy Jogo is fighting, they're toast. You know what I mean? Like, they're gone.
Oh yeah. No, they did. They definitely. I think this episode really solidified just how strong Jogo was and how far our characters have to go to potentially get their teacher back. So, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
But now, I think, unfortunately, I done put my theory crafting hat on. I think I done solved the mystery already, though. But now I don't think I see what the cool shit Maki's gonna do in the future. I done put it together.
Okay.
She's the incomplete version of Toji. It's crazy to think about it, but eventually she's gonna be on Toji's
on that level. I mean, I don't doubt that for a second.
Don't know how, but I'm pretty sure that it's gonna happen. Like, the seeds have already been sown. If you're paying attention,
I think
you can't miss it.
Well, I think it had something to do with what the narrator said, that she could not fully leave behind the Zenin family. So for her to potentially become like Toji, maybe she has to abandon her connection to the Zenin clan,
the family. That'll be interesting. Like, just like that's what fully makes the curse come all the way about, is once you fully cast off your family.
But like, I mean, at least for
like that's part of the curse. Like, this is a curse. So in exchange for this immense strength, you essentially have to be a loner.
Maybe potentially. I mean, like she obviously has some form of Toji's heavenly pact. It just seems like it's not fully there yet. So maybe there's something. I mean, not heavenly pact. She's heavenly restriction. It's just not there yet. So maybe there's something dealing with the Zenin family or whatever that she has to, like, break a shackle to get to Toji's level or beyond. So it'll be interesting to see what that'll be like. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever that is.
Yeah, it's crazy. They going crazy in the Shibuya arc, and then excuse me, and then closing remarks here for the review. I think I came to the realization that this might be one of those times where we don't have a good ending to the season.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I made my peace with that. The fact, I mean, like, I think one, the fact that we still don't know what like Nanami and Maki right now. The fact that we don't know what's going on. The fact that like half the city, most of, if not half the city of Shibuya got destroyed. And
yeah,
then
because though like the stuff that you mentioned is happening. Toji is gone. Sukuna's still running around here, and his friend done popped up now.
Yeah, and
so
we still got
that, and then Geto and Mahito is still here,
and then with that blonde kid Haruta that we thought that
apparently that guy's still alive,
and something happened to Megumi where Haruta
he slashed him. We saw what.
Well, no, but I'm talking about at the very end. There's some demon or something that popped up that potentially either
that popped up. Yeah, maybe Megumi made that. Who knows? We
don't
didn't
know.
Get to see what that monstrosity was.
But Megumi was knocked the fuck out, if not dead.
He was,
and Haruta and the blonde evil sorcerer was left to deal with whatever the big fucking thing was. So
whatever it was, like I said, we didn't get to see fully what it was, but it got some weight to it. We can tell it that much.
Shit's not looking good. I mean, like, it wasn't looking good from jump, but like now it's like, So
I mean, things got only slightly better because Toji is now gone. Only slightly better.
Mm-hmm. Only slightly better, and even then wasn't fully better because at least he helped us take out a threat at first. Now it's like he can't even do that. So
he technically did help us take out a threat when you look at it from that way. So I mean, technically he was a plus. All right, his arrival was a plus.
Yeah,
theoretically, all right.
It was very neutral, and now that neutrality is gone. So.
It was very neutral, like we mentioned earlier. He wasn't on not earlier when we mentioned when he first popped up. He wasn't on anybody's side.
And again, same thing. He gone now, so there's no side to be on. So yeah, I think I made my peace with this being like a pretty shitty ending already, but only how truly shitty only the manga readers and the author know.
Only the manga readers and the author know how truly shitty this arc is gonna end. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and rate this episode. Episode 40, Thunderclap. What you giving it? And it's damn near. I might 10 out of 10. I'm going. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him.
Mm-hmm. No, this is definitely a must-watch episode. Like, if I had to say anything from the get, it was mostly fighting, but it had so much story elements and telling without like saying
if you're paying attention, the information is there.
Yeah, I told a lot about our situation and potentially the future of like where the series is going just by showing you, hey, this is the level that they need to arrive at. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's that, and then also the spectacle of itself, how beautifully animated it was, all that stuff. No notes. It's got to be 10 out of 10.
And then also, I did want to say this again before I forgot, because I mentioned because it's another theory that came to my mind. So I believe the reason why Sukuna may be so interested in Megumi is because I think possibly somebody from the Zenny clan took him down back in the past, because as we know, somebody had to defeat Sukuna. Like, he didn't scatter his body by himself. I think that's why he's so interested in Megumi.
Possibly, I wouldn't doubt that. I also think it could be because Gojo said this. This is like in the first season. If you don't remember, Gojo said long ago, the Zenin clan and the Gojo clan used to not like get along, and it was someone with the 10 Shadows technique and the Infinity technique and the 6 Eyes that fought each other, and they both.
They did fight together. So the Gojo clan and the Zenin clan did come together. So that was the case. So that is the case then. Okay.
They fought against each other. The person.
So they didn't fight with each other to fight Sukuna?
No,
that wasn't revealed. They just fought against each other. Oh, okay.
And they both ended. And I don't think Gojo ever said like who won the fight, but basically like those two sorcerers were like the strongest of their era. They fought.
I guess
they fought against each other, and either they both took each other out, or something else happened. But like
that's interesting as fuck that you mentioned that, because we saw how. Essentially, OP the 6 Eyes is and Limitless, how OP that shit is together. So essentially having another Gojo out there and somebody basically rival on him, they have to have some type of crazy power. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think maybe like Sukuna is also interested in Megumi for the simple fact of like Gojo. When Sukuna first came back, Gojo embarrassed the shit out of him, and Sukuna is like, I want to rival that person. And I don't, not saying that Sukuna isn't. We don't know if he could be on Gojo's level or not, but his eyes might be on Megumi for the simple fact of like, oh, you have the thing that I know already rivals this motherfucker, and that's why I'm interested in you. So
okay, yeah, I must have missed that, Lord. Was that in season 1?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Was that in the manga?
That was in season
like
1.
That was in season 1.
Yeah, it's a very like throwaway line because it's basically a flashback just between Megumi and Gojo, and it was basically just saying like how Gojo thinks that out of like the people that could potentially be as strong as him or reach his level, he said Megumi and Yuta so far like are people that he thinks could eventually be on his level. And one of the reasons was because of Megumi's 10 Shadows technique, because in the history.
Okay, so that means there's still some stuff he hasn't like fully unlocked like the full potential of the like not necessarily just like let alone domain expansion. Like there's still some potent abilities he hasn't fully unlocked yet with this technique.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So I mean, only time will tell. But I'm looking
because you got to have more than just domain expansion to be able to deal with somebody like like Gojo. So yeah. I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's still some more stuff we haven't seen. That's cool as fuck. Okay, I definitely missed that.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, like, look, I'm really looking forward to it because if the Shibuya incident has shown me anything, is that shit is just gonna keep going up.
Okay.
Up. So.
Oh no, I'm glad I did brought this up then because I didn't know, because now you gave me that little piece of information. I didn't know that. I missed that. Thank you.
Yeah, cool, it was a while back. The what reminded me, I think I like checked after this episode. I remember like checking online and someone like had reminded me of that, and I'm like, oh shit, you're right. Yeah,
that's cool as fuck. So I guess that would make sense then. Or be another reason why Sukuna would be interested in somebody like Megumi. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but shit's going up, man. I can't wait. But that was all we had for you guys today. So we're gonna wrap this meeting on up. Appreciate you guys for watching / listening. And as always, if you want to stay up to date on everything about the council, please follow us on our social media. That is at Gurren Otaku's on Twitter and at Gurren Otaku Council on everything else. Please consider hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and we really would appreciate it. For my audio only people, consider sharing the podcast episode, rating it. It'll help us out, as well as we are still trying to get to our 100 subscribers. So even if you don't watch us on YouTube, please consider at least popping on over, hitting that subscribe. You can still enjoy us how you wish, either watching us or just listening to us. We really still appreciate it. With all that being said, guys, please continue to enjoy this anime season. Looks like to be a good one, and it looks like we're going to keep getting good shit as this season continues and as we move on to the next one. With all that being said, this is Gurren Otaku Council saying meeting adjourned. Peace out, everybody.